School Online Academy. And I'm back with another smile at faces and another special guest with us today. Uh, um, Everyone knows her on Facebook. I know her from Facebook. I looked her profile. So, yeah. So, hey, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on your program.
You're welcome, and I again welcome you to Inspiring Mind Show.
Well, thank you so much, and hopefully, we will inspire some minds.
Yeah. Okay, so I ask you to give your short introduction to our audience who don't know about you.
Well, again, thank you so much. And as you said, several of your classmates are familiar with me because I have been very honored to be a guest on many of their podcasts. But for those who don't know, or maybe just don't remember, so I am Deb Krier. I founded my business, Wise Women Communications, over 20 years ago. It is a full service marketing firm, and I really enjoy it. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, which is considered to be a southern state, but I am a mountain girl from Colorado. I grew up with lots of snow, lots of cold. One of the things that I talk a lot about is the fact that 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I have turned it into a way to help people and provide them with support and guidance. And one of the things that I do is I use Chat GPT a lot in the materials that I have for that.
Okay, so it's good to know that you also like ChatGPT like me,
Mhm.
and I use it a lot when I want to take a decision, or
Okay.
you have to take a description for your interview,
Mhm.
mine, or anything. Yeah, so I
Mhm.
love ChatGPT.
I do too. I named mine. Actually, I asked mine to give itself a name because I felt like I needed to say, "Hey," whatever its name is, as opposed to, something. And so it named itself Sage because it is wise. And I thought that was pretty fun to give it a name.
Okay, so can you tell me that first time how what was your expression using ChatGPT?
Well, I started using it several years ago when it still was really just launching. And I used the free version for a while, and then I decided that I would use the paid version. My experience the first time, I was just amazed at what it would do, and how much it would make my tasks easier. So I will write a draft of something and put it in there. But yeah, I was just really amazed at what it would do. And I've used other AI tools, but I do tend to prefer Chat GPT.
Okay, so can you tell me that now there are several more apps like ChatGPT launched, like Gemini, as you can see. I forgot. Yeah, DeepSeek.
Okay.
DeepSeek.
hmm
So, have you discovered
So what
several ones?
Yeah. So I use Adobe because I do a lot of graphics, and so I like their AI program. And then I use a program called Sintra.ai, and so that's Sintra.ai. And I haven't been using it as much, and so I need to get back to that because I like to do multiple programs. So I'll give the same task to multiple programs and see what they do, because they all are going to do it just a little bit different. And so I like doing that. I also like the AI features in the social media programs like Facebook and LinkedIn. So I will write my post, and then I will have that AI program kind of rewrite it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, or sometimes I make changes. but it's kind of fun. It's like I'm talking to another person and just bouncing ideas off of them.
Okay, so can you tell me how many times a day do you use ChatGPT?
Several times a day, not, probably nearly as much as you do. But I use it, um, probably 10, 20 times a day, especially when I'm doing a lot of social media posting, on behalf of my clients. But I also use it for really big projects. I'm using it right now to develop a program that I want to give as a speaker to organizations. And so I'm telling it, here's what I want to talk about, here's how long it will be. And then, we're starting to break out, okay, for 7 minutes, I'd talk about this. And for 5 minutes, I'd talk about that. Because it's things that I've already been working on it with. So it already knows, what I'm talking about. So I might spend an hour today working on just one project, going back and forth with, like I said, kind of having a conversation with it.
Okay, so can you now tell me that what was the first person that you interacted with Rehan School?
Oh my gosh, who was it? It's been a while. Let me look, because I also interviewed him on my podcast. So let me look real quick and I can find that. But I've been chatting with other students several times a week, and I really enjoy it. And I hope that I'm bringing value to all of you. But let's see. Let me find who it was. I think I can find that fairly quickly. Um, I have to look at my website to see, because I go through the archives on my Business Power Hour podcast. Um, and I apologize for not just knowing who it was. But
No
yeah, it's,
problem.
it really has been a lot of fun. I've also talked with a lot of your administrators. So the first person I spoke with was Fahad, and I interviewed him for my podcast, and that, again, that's the Business Power Hour, and that went live, several months ago. So it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, so yeah, it's good to see that you did with Fahad. Fahad
Mhm.
is trying, like, he's working hard to do interviews.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He is.
So
Mhm.
yeah. You speak.
Well, one thing, like I said, I've been chatting with several students a week from your school, and I have been so impressed with how professional you all are, how prepared you are. It's very impressive. And I know that you're using AI and things like that to do a lot of the preparation. And so I think that's very interesting.
Thank you. So now I'm gonna ask you that told you about Rehan school first time.
So it was another person who is a friend of mine here, and she introduced me to Fahad and said, he was looking for people to interview. And so, I that shows how important it is to be making your connections and networking with people.
Yeah. So good to see. Okay, so my next question to you is that um yeah. So can you tell me that how are you so energetic? What makes you so energetic?
Well, okay, I'll admit I am probably old enough to be your grandmother. um, but yeah, I am. You're very sweet. And I just have lots of energy. I always have. And it's not from anything like I don't drink coffee or things like that. This is just kind of how I normally am.
It's good that you're like as simple we should be.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's
Sorry. I thought
okay.
I'd muted my phone. There, it's on mute now.
It's okay. So yeah, my next question to you is that do you have a pet?
I do. I have 4 dogs, and they are beagles, and then I have 2 cats. And there's usually something wandering around my office. But yeah, I do. Do you have any pets?
No. I don't like. I like the puppies I had, but they lost somewhere.
Mm.
Yeah, so they were very cute, and then I never thought to have a pet again.
Well, at some point you might, and especially when you're old enough to be on your own, because
Yes,
sometimes your parents might not want them, right?
yeah, they allow me, but you know, you have uh like you have a bonding with your
Mhm,
puppies, so you
mhm.
think that no one can take their place.
Right, right, and my cats too. It's funny. My cats actually sleep with me, and sometimes they sleep right here, you know, but yeah, we. It's amazing the bond that we develop with our pets, and it doesn't have to be dogs or cats. I mean, I know people who have bonded with all sorts of different pets, and it also is obviously a great way to teach us responsibility because we have to take care of them, we have to feed them, all of those various things. And so I think pets are great.
Yeah, so can you tell me, do you have a favorite car?
I'm not a car person. I drive a pickup. I drive a big white pickup. And I tell people that's because I grew up in Colorado. But I will see a car and I'll think, oh, that's pretty, but it's not really one of those things that I have a favorite about.
Okay, so what do you like? Favorite food?
Chocolate, anything chocolate, I like. And so, and I do I'm not overly picky. But I say that I'm not a big fan of vegetables. There are only a few vegetables that I will eat, but yeah, I'm not too picky, and I will try pretty much anything once. And But yeah, it's fun, and of course here in the United States we have so many different varieties of food, and in Atlanta there's so many great restaurants and places and stores. I like to cook, and so that always is a lot of fun.
Okay, so my next question to you is that yeah. So what was your biggest challenge you faced in your life?
So the biggest challenge was when I got sick. And so I mentioned in my intro that I was diagnosed with cancer, and we didn't think that it was going to be too difficult to treat. And uh, I ended up having a major reaction to the medicines that I was given, and I almost died. I spent 7 weeks in the hospital, lots and lots of surgeries, and so it was really a big challenge to get through that. But I also had a very big support system of people from around the world who were sending their support and their prayers and their well wishes. And so that was very important to me that that I had that.
Yeah, so you stayed you stayed strong.
I did stay strong. Now, there were times where I wasn't, where I would cry and I would feel bad and I would be angry. Why did this happen to me? And those are very important. Everybody feels those, and that's okay to feel those. But then it's important to go, okay, I felt bad for myself. Now it's time to go back to figuring out how, what am I going to do to get through this?
Okay, so next thing, that can you tell me that what was your favorite dinner ever?
My favorite dinner.
Yeah, you did and you always remember.
Um Wow, I'm not sure. That's a really hard question. Um, I think it would be more just a lot of different dinners that I had with friends, because to me, it's more important about who is there as opposed to what the meal is. And so there's been a lot of dinners that I have just really enjoyed spending time with friends.
Okay, so what do you like to do the most when you're free?
Oh, there's quite a few things. I volunteer. And so I don't know, maybe that's not considered free, because it's, to me, it is kind of working sometimes, right? A lot of times volunteer work is like working. I like to read. I like to spend time with my friends. I like to go for drives. Atlanta and Georgia is a very interesting place. And so I like to see what's around here. And I really enjoy my vacations. Last month, I went to Alaska with my family, and we were there for 10 days. And that really was so much fun.
Amazing, yeah, so amazing. And can you tell me, have you ever traveled to Pakistan
I
or
have
Asia?
not. But it seems like it is such a very interesting country. I have traveled to Italy, and I really liked Italy. I've also traveled to Scotland and Ireland, and but I haven't done a lot of international travel. Those are the only places internationally that I have been to.
Okay, so can you tell me that uh, you did, maybe you did, do you know you did with Mehtab?
So say that again.
Did you did any person like Mehtab?
No, I can't think of any.
Okay, so yeah. So can you tell me that who is your friend on social media platforms?
Well, I have lots of I am connected with a lot of people on social media. I pretty much only use Facebook and LinkedIn, but that would be several thousand people. But there are people who are really my friends who I know in the real world, and then and business people that I'm connected with. But it's and I use Facebook mainly for personal, for fun, and then LinkedIn, of course, for business. But yeah, I'm connected with a lot of people. One of the really fun things that I like about Facebook is it has allowed me to connect with people, say from my high school, that I had lost track of. And so it's fun to get in contact with them again, because I graduated from high school a long time ago, before we ever even had things like this. And so it's great to go back now and reconnect with people.
Okay, so can you tell me that do you have children's?
I do not. My husband and I do not. We've just got the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, so you like them, you like you care them, yeah?
Mhm. Right. And it's I know they're not my children, but I do, as we were saying before, you get very attached to our pets.
Yeah. So yeah, my next question to you is that you are an inspiring woman. So I like to talk because I want to do 100 interviews of fun. So
Mhm.
I'm just like moving around, just a traveler. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like to talk with people and get happy and to know about them, how they are.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I like it.
I like that, and because we should be happy, right? There's a lot of things that make us sad, but it is a choice. And one of the things that I have discovered is laughing, la ha ha laughing, right, is actually good for us in several ways. First of all, it just makes us happier, right? But there are physical changes that happen. And so, sometimes when you're like when you're sick, if you can laugh, it helps in the healing process. And so I think it's very important to laugh and smile. And so I like your podcast. I think that's very important.
Yeah, so I like to make people laugh, like my
Mhm.
sister.
Mhm.
I like brother and sister fighting,
Mhm.
like
Yep.
cats and dogs.
Mhm. Mhm. Right. Now, is your sister older or younger?
Older, so
Ah.
sometimes we have a fight, and sometimes we're so lovely,
Mhm.
as you can say, sweet dish.
Right, right. So I'm an only child. I don't have brothers or sisters, but my husband he is one of 9 kids. So he has 8 brothers and sisters. And so I totally understand what you're saying, that sometimes you laugh and you love each other, and then sometimes you bicker a bit.
Yeah, and I also like to laugh in my class, and sometimes I get in trouble from my teacher, that why are you laughing in class. Yes, so sometimes we're laughing about something, so
Mhm.
the teacher thinks that you are making fun of her.
Or not
Yeah,
paying attention, right?
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So uh yeah, I laugh, and I have a mindset that if you laugh, you stay long life.
Right. Mhm. And you will have an important life that hopefully makes a difference.
Yeah. So, can you tell me, do you celebrate your birthday?
I do. My birthday's in February, and and I like to celebrate my birthday. So what about you?
I celebrated, and I took the things, and before my birthday, 24 hours before, I
Mhm.
got my new mobile for my dad, and then I got so many gifts, money. Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. I love it. I love it. So when was your birthday?
my birthday was in July.
Oh, so you just had a birthday.
Yeah, for
Well,
July.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah. So I celebrated, and I took my mobile, and first day what happened? I just put a password, and then I forget it, and my new
Oh,
mobile is
no.
locked. Then I have to do factory reset.
Yep. Start over. Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't know how to do it. I call their
Mhm.
helpline, and
Mhm.
then and also I took the tutorials and hacks from YouTube, and
Mhm.
after some time I got a video, and then I tried 3 times. At fourth
Mhm.
time I did it. Yeah.
Yay. Now, you should have asked ChatGPT. I wonder what it would have said.
Yeah, ChatGPT said to call their
Ah,
helpline.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it told me that do this, do this. Yeah, so I did the same. So I was like, this was my laptop, this was
Mhm.
my old mobile, and I'm
Mhm.
searching from my old mobile from ChatGPT, and from laptop I am
Mhm.
searching on YouTube. Yeah. So
Mhm.
two places.
That's what we do, right? I really look on YouTube a lot when there's information that I need. Somebody has done a video about it.
Yeah. So I have one more thing, that you have not you don't have to pay. Everything is free on YouTube.
This is true. Yep.
So why shouldn't we look from
Mhm.
YouTube? Why
Mhm.
should we
Right.
pay
Mhm.
thousands of
Mhm.
dollars or something like
Right.
this?
Right. Well, and YouTube and Google, between the and of course, they're owned by the same company, but, between the 2 of those, you can pretty much get every question answered.
Yeah. So I have that. My best thing is that my teachers that I've learned is like Maria Impact Wali that you did interview. I saw
Mhm.
it. I saw it. Yeah.
I think that was
So
last week. Mhm.
yeah, and also I have one more Kesser Education Wali. And you know what
Mhm.
happened? Miss Maria always said me Chat GPT in
Mhm.
class. I have nickname, and then Ma'am Kesser says me always GPT. You know
Mhm.
GPT?
I
Yeah.
do.
So
I do. Yeah. And it's funny, Miss Maria just she's listening. She just put a thing in the comments that she is there. So thank you so much.
yeah. So I didn't notice. Yeah, she did. So she's
Yes.
there, and
Yep. And she's one of your teachers, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
And you know what? I The best teachers I have ever met is Ma'am Maria and Ma'am
Mhm.
Kesser.
Mm.
They're so lovely and they teach like friends, not like teachers.
Mhm. Well, it's very important to pay attention to all your teachers, because there
Yeah,
were some that I didn't like either, but some of those were the best ones that I learned from.
yeah. So, so unfortunately, I have left that class and I went to another class at night because
Mhm.
at morning I have to go to school and then
Mhm.
academy
Mhm.
and that all things.
I know you work very hard, and it shows. It shows that you're working very hard at what you're doing.
Yeah. So, do you like flowers?
I do like flowers. I really like roses, but I like all types of flowers. I like to just see them. Now, I can't grow them. I usually kill them. But I like flowers. I really like seeing flowers.
So yesterday was my sister's like result of 10th grade, and he was like so conscious. So before she came, I bought a bouquet of rose, and then I
Ah,
gave her
mhm,
because she was like so nervous, and
mhm,
like she's in like feeling stressed.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
so
Oh, that was very sweet of you. That was very nice.
yeah, because at the end I gave my sister a treat at night.
Mhm. 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 Right. So yeah, sisters are good, but yeah, I that was such a nice thing for you to do for her.
Yeah, and always I think we should appreciate everyone.
Mhm. Well, and sometimes just doing something little, like giving, a little bouquet of flowers makes a huge difference. And especially if somebody's needing a little support. So kind of, it's important to look for those. And sometimes maybe it's just that you smile at them. You might be the only person that smiled at them all day.
Yeah. So my sister is like she have a lot of burden of studies, and what
Mhm.
I do, I always like talk with me, play with
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I am also 8th grade now. We don't have time. Now, yesterday, I was thinking that last year we had a lot of time to talk with each other and play games.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this
Mhm.
year we're because she is doing her work and I'm
Mhm.
doing
Mhm.
my. Like I am so busy that we just talk when we're traveling to our schools.
Okay.
Yeah, when we are going to, we
Mhm.
just talk at that time. We
Mhm.
are this much busy. Like she
Mhm.
don't talk with me. I
Mhm.
take interview at this time and then I have class and
Mhm.
just these things.
Right. Well, it is so nice that you're still able to talk with her at least when you're traveling.
Yeah,
And make sure that you do that. And even if you're talking just for a little bit of time, just make sure that you talk to her. And as you said, make her laugh.
yeah. So and also I am so grateful that I got such a lovely sister.
Hmm. And hopefully she thinks she has a lovely brother.
Yeah, she thinks. Yeah, yeah, so yes. And so, can you tell me that what does what the best thing you like in flowers?
Yeah, I like, well, they're just they're so it's so interesting to see how they grow, right? Because each one is different. But I really like how they smell. So I think that's why I like roses.
But they we have to take somewhere where it's cold and normal
Mhm.
enough. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Mhm. So I bet you have some very unique flowers that I've probably never even seen.
yeah. So yes. So these flowers are not original. Like
Mhm.
they have made from putting chemicals. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
the
Mhm.
real ones are better than this ones.
Mhm. Mhm.
They're like so natural. If you see,
Mhm.
once we went to like northern mountains and we saw
Mhm.
some, so I
Mhm.
compared them that they are more better.
Mhm.
They're
Mhm.
smelling more than them because they are
Mhm.
just smelling just for their smell is just for 2 hours or 3 hours.
Mhm.
That is like your mind is fresh, you have a new life,
Mhm.
and like you are going deep in nature.
Mhm. Right. And it's a and maybe this is because I'm from the mountains of Colorado. I like nature. I like going and seeing how many different trees are there or how many different bird sounds I can hear.
Yeah. So everyone, this was our guest today with us, and we'll meet next time. So at the end, we will take a feedback from our guests. So yeah. So can you give a feedback, honest feedback about our interview, or you can say it inspiring mind shows?
I really enjoyed this. You did a great job.
Thank you so much. And at the end, thank you again. Thank you so much for coming at our inspiring mind. Yeah, so everyone will meet next time with another lovely guest as today. So everyone take care. Bye bye.